Aww. So hello everyone, how are you doing? This is Uta here, and in today's video I would love to talk about journaling. So if you are a nurse or you are a healthcare professional or a student nurse, you probably might have heard that people say journaling is good for you for burnout. It reduces stress and also help you process in your profession. However, if you consider the tedious job we do, the amount of documentation, and you even trying out to figure out whether you've eaten that whole day, the last thing you would want to do is to talk about journaling. But trust me, don't sign away yet. Trust me, if you start to journal, I am telling you, you're going to enjoy it. And I'm going to share with you the things that I did, the ways that I changed how I journal, and how it worked for me this time, and I actually enjoyed it. So first of all, I changed my goal. So the goal of journaling, I didn't want it to be as though I want to be a perfectionist at journaling. I changed it to suit the job that I do as a nurse. I changed it to suit what I do, to be able to put my patients in a safe place and put myself in a safe place. And if I think about that, what I get is that if I am healthy, if I've got a good state of mind, then my patients will also have a good nurse to look after them. So what I did this time was I didn't have to write long passages in my journal, because when you start thinking about what you need to write and say you want to write a lot in your journal, this is where you begin to feel tired and you stare at a blank page of a book. But I took it as that I will only write little things. Let's say if it is just 3 things, I will write in it. So first of all, I made sure that my goal for journaling is changed, and I didn't want to write long sentences. Second thing I did was also making sure that my journal doesn't have to be perfect. So I didn't have to worry about my grammar. I didn't have to worry about the neatness of my handwriting in my journal, because if I do that, I was thinking if I do that, it serves as a tax, another tax for me. You know what, no one is marking this. This is not another assignment that I need to submit to anybody. I wasn't posting it on Instagram. It was just for me and me alone. So I just wrote things that will benefit me, things that will make me go into that book again and read. The other thing that I did was that I did record whatever I am feeling, the thoughts that I have during the day or after my shift. I record them using the voice app on my phone, so I could play it when I am commuting back home. And trust me, this is the best thing I have ever done for myself when it comes to journaling, because it doesn't always have to be you writing it down or you going into a book and documenting what you need to document. Oh, hello, hello. So I also use something I called the simpleness system approach. This is something that I have designed myself. So this is me debriefing the shift, what has happened during the shift. So for example, if a procedure that I attempted, they challenged me during the day, I write about it, making sure that I don't input any patient details. I do pseudonym all of that. And also I do talk about emotions as well, how I have felt that day. It could be that maybe a patient did say something that was very sweet. I take it as, these are human moments, and for things that I have tried to do. Like, let's say a patient needed a sort of like an ECG, yeah, and that patient was not allowing me to do that ECG, so I couldn't get the ECG done. That is something that I worry about, and so I write this in my journal, and it does reflect on my mind that you know what, you need to go on, let's say, a dementia program, so you can understand people when they are delirious, when they are confused, so you can get their attention to be able to do what you need to do. It could be that maybe I had a student that needed a bit of support, and we did support the student, sorry, but I don't want the student to feel as though they are not progressing. Yeah, so I write this in it, and I write the way that I go about things, if that makes sense. The other thing that I did that made me enjoy journaling is that I stopped buying fancy journaling items. I only use a small notebook and just a normal pen, a small notebook that I can keep in my locker, and just a normal pen, so I could just write when I want to write. Because if I buy a fancy notebook and I don't keep it on me all the time, I wouldn't be thinking of journaling. But when I had this simple book, it was always with me, and I could journal whenever I want and whatever time I want. So try not to buy too much expensive. I'm not saying don't make it nice or aesthetic, but don't buy fancy expensive things. It's not worth it. So I did set prompts. You know, most of the time, if you compare the job that we do as nurses, if you want to add journaling to it, you might probably need a little bit of a nudge. So I set prompts. So say, for example, as I've mentioned before, things that I did that were challenging for me, things sort of like emotions, things that will let me progress in my degree or my career. I did use these prompts, and whenever I need to write, I use those prompts to remind me that, you know what, go back into your journal, put this down, and you can talk about it. You all right? Aww. Talking about journaling, how it has helped me, I recently did have a look back at how I have come when I started journaling, because as I've mentioned, when I started fresh, it was a total fail. I didn't think about anything, I was just journaling. But now that I put these plans in place, made it fit what I want to do, and made it so nice, simple and sweet, that I have funny stuff written in my book or in my voice recording, I enjoy it. And now when I look back for months now, I can see that I am growing. I caught myself growing, and I believe that because of this journaling, when I've got I've got situations at work, I know who to consult, I know who to call, I know which books to read, and I know which YouTube channels to watch to encourage me to be active and do what I need to do. And it's actually helping me to progress a lot more now. So if you are thinking about journaling as a nurse, as a student nurse, as a healthcare professional, just think about it as a support. Think about it as a brain dump, where you put stuff that you don't like, you don't want to keep in your head, and just dump them there. And also think about it as something that you can go and pour your heart into. This is a place for you to relieve yourself of the stress, of the burnout and everything. It's not another chore, it's not another assignment, it's not another homework, it's not another task. Use it as a reminder, use it as your story, because now I feel as my journal is my own story. It's kind of like I'm writing a book about myself, and I'm really enjoying it. So try this Let me see how it goes. Just document down below if you're gonna try it and how it's working for you. And I am gonna put some notes that I did, all the things that I did down in the section below, so you can refer to it. So let's get journaling, nurses, yeah, and let's be great for our patients. I will see you in the next one. Try and subscribe, like and share if this video was helpful to you. Have a lovely time. Bye.